Hey guys, we're back on Animal Thursday and we're going to talk about salamanders. Me and Clark and my husband like to go down to our creek and we often find salamanders. And I just wanted to know more about them because Clark asks a lot of questions. So I decided to look up some facts about our salamanders and share them with you. Salamanders have smooth, wet skin just like frogs do. Amphibians are born from eggs, and then after birth, they will develop their legs and their lungs. Um, Most are born with gills and later develop lungs. Very few have both gills and lungs, and some don't have lungs at all, and they just breathe through their skin. Newts belong to the salamander family, but they are dry. They have dry, bumpy skin, so that's how you can tell a newt from a salamander, like the other salamanders. They can lay like one egg, two eggs. They can lay anywhere up to 450 eggs at once. And most salamanders are excellent moms. They'll stay near their eggs before they hatch. Some even wrap each egg in a leaf for protection from predators. So that's a lot of work, and they're just really good moms watching over their eggs. When they are born, salamanders often look like tadpoles. But the difference is as they grow and they grow their legs, they never lose their tail like a frog would. Their legs are very, very short, and often when they walk, they'll drag their tummies along. But they're very great swimmers. They'll use their tails and wiggle their body to move through the water very fast. I did not know this, but salamanders are actually meat eaters, and they eat small insects and snails and worms and stuff. Since they're really slow on land, they have to find slower prey than them. And they have to stay near water because if they get too hot or too dry, they'll die. Some don't live in water full time, and some will stay in the water full time. So when you're looking for salamanders, you'll often find them near like rivers and creeks, swamps, parts of your woods that are near a creek or anything that stay moist and damp and shady all the time. You'll find salamanders in there. Some of them have poisonous skin, and often you can tell them apart from the other salamanders just because they'll have like a bright skin color, not like a muddy one. But just be careful when you're handling salamanders, especially if you see bright colored ones. I would probably not pick those up. And always make sure you wash your hands after handling salamanders and frogs and toads, because some of the stuff on their skin can irritate us. North America is home to more salamanders than anywhere else in the world, than any other continent. Most grow only like 2 to 6 inches long, but there's a Chinese giant salamander, and they can grow like 6 feet long and be a couple 100 pounds. They are nocturnal, so that means they hunt at night, and they'll sleep during the day. I looked up how many different species, and it was back and forth between most numbers, but the most number I seen the most was 500. So 500 different types of species of salamanders. They live all over the world except in Australia and Antarctica. But if you're hunting for salamanders, North America is your best place to go. So luckily we live in North America, so we get to see salamanders more often than other people who don't. When salamanders are adults, you'll often find them in other places besides just the water. Like I said, you'll find them in the mud. You'll find them in damp areas, like under a bunch of leaves and stuff. You can find salamanders, so you won't always just find them in the water. You can find them outside near the creeks and stuff. When they are being attacked by a predator or feel like they're in danger, they can actually release a leg, a arm, a tail, or whatever to escape from that predator, and they actually regrow it. It takes a couple weeks, but they'll regrow whatever they let go of, trying to escape from the predator. So I'll try to look up what kinds we'll find mostly in Georgia, and there was actually quite a few different species we would find in Georgia. Some of them looked a little weird, and I just didn't know there was that many, especially up in North Georgia. We would find there are many. So have mom and dad help you look up all of them. But just to name a few, there's the spotted one, which I see a lot of when I look in the creek. Also a spring salamander you will see a lot of. And then there's what we call a red salamander, but I think they also call it a mud salamander, so it's more in the muddy area, not actually in the freshwater creek area. And they're very bright color red. It didn't say they were poisonous, so I'm not sure about that since they are bright color. So I would definitely have mom and dad double check that information before touching those. But there were a lot of ones. There was rock ones that looked weird, kind of looked like a stone. All sorts. There was like double striped salamanders, four-toe salamanders, different kinds, all located in Georgia. So just ask mom and dad to help you look them up. Go out with mom and dad, our older siblings, and look for salamanders. That's something really fun we enjoy doing. And I hope y'all have a good rest of the day. And tomorrow will be Virtual Field Trip Friday. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys.